All right, so for those of you wondering, this is how I do the monotypes. I mix up an oil base, printing paint on this, and then the plate that I'm going to be painting on is right here. And what I do is I have double-sided tape on it, and you'll see why in a second. So now I'm using a brayer to get this all nice and filled up, and that, if you can see it, I mounted, this is a giant light table that used to be used for like 35 millimeter for checking your, your film before you print it. And I mounted it on the wall so that now with that double-sided tape, I mount that on here. And now what I do is roll on, paint until I get the whole thing covered up. All right, so now I've filled the entire thing, right? And so this is going to be my reference, and what I'll do is grab like the back of one of these guys, and what I'll do is start marking like the silhouette, right, of, see, it's a subtractive method, so I'm gonna just use her head, so coming down this way. And that's pretty much what I'm doing. I'm just getting the outline of her, and I'm going to put that on there first, and then I'll show you how the rest comes about. So unfortunately, I didn't put enough tape, so it fell. So that's why you see I had to put more tape behind it. It's probably because it's kind of humid out. But so now what I'm doing is I'm literally just painting the hair. Like you literally just brush it, like the way you see it in the picture. And you start removing the paint. And usually I start with the hair because it takes the freaking longest. These usually take about 5 hours plus, depending on how much you want to put into it detail-wise. But so yeah, I'll get back to this in a bit. But yeah, look at this fucking mess. This doesn't matter because these I'll be able to wipe off anyway just to bring her out. So I'm not really worried about it, but yeah, that sucks. So with a microfiber cloth, I'll go in and start removing the areas that I want, right? Like so for the arm there, I'm going to take out most of that area. And then what you do is, so it's nice and even, you get a big brush and you tap it out like that, and it evens it out so you don't have the marks of the microfiber cloth. This thing's probably gonna fucking fall again. I can tell. It's not sticking in the middle. All right, so this might go to hell, but who knows? We'll keep going with it. So that's what I did up here, right? Removed some with the microfiber, not a lot, and then mash it down so it's nice and even. All right. And then the hair is starting to take form. And the other side's pretty much a silhouette of it, so I don't really have to mess with that too much. But now, this part here, I never know what's going to happen. This part's automatic painting. Like, I just start messing around, and whatever happens, happens. I'm not trying to paint her face at all. I'm just using it as the reference, it's really the silhouette, and that's pretty much it. All right, so these are the tools. It's pretty much like the microfiber, these kinds of things. That's what I do like these guys with. And then like you can get anything to make textures, which is why I like subtractive painting, because you know, you just stick these on and it pulls off the paint. You get all kinds of cool textures, and this is what I got. This is what came out. Like I said, I never know what's going to happen, so there it is. So now what we're going to do is take the plate off of here and put it on the press, and I'll show you guys that in a second. All right, so now the plate's off of there, and I put it onto the press named Presley. It's a Conrad press. And so now the plate that I painted on is here. So what's going to happen is I'm going to cut out a sheet of, this is BFK Reeves, brutally expensive paper. It's archival, so it lasts forever. You got to cut this and soak it I got a tub in the bathroom, like a cement mixer. That's the paper cutter. And yeah, then you're gonna lay this over this, put the sheets down, bring it through the press, and it's gonna transfer all of this paint onto that. And you only get one exposure, one transfer. That's why it's called a mono print. After that, you can't. You only get a ghost print. All right, so now the paper's over it. We're gonna put the sheet over the paper and slowly start to run it through. And this is where you have to pray to the printing gods, because this can all go to shit, all that work, really quickly if you don't have enough pressure on the press. If you put too much pressure on the press, you can break the press. I'm still pretty new to this whole thing, so sometimes it works out. Sometimes it goes to shit, and you just spent 5 hours doing dick. So this is how we're going. See you in a bit. So here's the moment of truth. So you pull back the felt. See the imprint. I think I'm doing this a little too hard, but we'll see how it came out. Hopefully it works out. Looks like a good print. And there she is. Give me 1 second. So it's a successful print. And there it is. And now you can see what's left. It's hardly anything left on there now. So you could do one more print, but it's going to be a very light ghost print. That's what they're called. It's not even worth the paper. So there it is. One of a kind, original art, monotype. Hope you guys enjoyed that.